Look, let's be honest about why you are here. If you are an English speaker learning Japanese, you probably feel that Japanese grammar is hard and complicated. You study hard, you memorize vocabulary, maybe even write notes every day. But when it's time to speak, you freeze. You get frustrated because the rules seem to contradict each other. The harder you study, the more confused you feel. Sometimes you are even afraid that you might say something rude or mix up the past and the present without realizing it. I know exactly how that feels because I'm not a native Japanese speaker either. For months, I was trapped in grammar chaos, mixing up sentences, sounding rude, and confusing myself. The problem wasn't that Japanese was difficult. The problem was that I was using the wrong maps. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you guys a secret formula that once you understand it, can fix about 80% of your grammar mistakes instantly. It's formula that doesn't just simplify Japanese grammar, it destroys confusion completely. Once you understand this method, everything becomes easier. The system works especially well for English speakers like you because it mirrors the way English structures sentences. Let's dive in. As English speakers, we already know about two kinds of sentences: verbal sentences and nominal sentences. Japanese is exactly the same. The entire language is built on these two foundations. If you can sort your thought into these two categories, your sentences will automatically become correct and natural. I call this the VENOM formula, short for verbal nominal formula. It's a simple, elegant system that shows you the only two structural rules you really need to master. The first rule is verbal, the world of action. The second is nominal, the world of description. Once you truly understand these two simple structures, your grammar stops being random and start being automatic. You will realize that Japanese isn't actually hard, it's just different. The Venom formula shows you exactly how it's works. And by the end of this video, you will have the complete framework to stop guessing and start mastering the true core of Japanese grammar. Let's begin with the core concept, the difference between verbal and nominal. Think of the Venom formula as a blueprint for clarity. Every idea you have falls into one of two forms. The verbal forms, it's the world of action. It includes doing things like running, reading, working, eating, or sleeping. It's controlled by one key form, must. On the other hand, the nominal form is the word of description. It's cover who you are, what something is, or how something feels, like being student, being cold, or being expensive. It's controlled by the polite linking word, des. The power of Venom formula lies in its discipline. It forces you to pause and ask yourself one simple question every time you form a sentence. It is idea, an action, or description. That single question instantly determines your ending, your tense, and your level of politeness. It simplifies your thinking completely. Let's dive deeper into the verbal form, the world of action. You only need to master four simple endings to cover almost every situation. The first, must. For example, I eat or I will eat. In Japanese, tabemasu. Second, masen. Example, I don't eat. In Japanese, tabemasen. Third, mashita. I ate. In Japanese, tabemashita. And finally, masen deshita. I didn't eat. So we say tabemasen deshita. I remember when I discovered this, everything clicks. I realized I didn't have to worry about all the part of the sentence at once. I just needed to make sure the ending was right. Once I focused on that, my fluency skyrocketed. The logic is simple. If your verb is correct, your sentence works. That's the efficiency I had been missing. Now, to build full sentences in the verbal form, you just need two connectors, wa and o. Wa is your topic marker, setting the context of your sentence, basically saying as for, and o is your object marker, showing what received the action. For example, watashi wa pan wo tabemasu. As for me, bread, eat. In English, we will say, I eat bread. The structure is different, but the logic is clean and consistent. Now let's move to the nominal form, the word of description. The nominal form is all about describing identity, qualities, and states. Here, the keyword is des. Des is the polite equivalent of is, am, or are. It allows you to define or describe something in polite and natural way. In this form, you take a noun or an adjective and simply end the sentence with des. For example, Kore wa ringo desu. This is an apple. Easy and complete. There are only three important forms to remember in the nominal form. First, des for present. Gakusei desu. I am student. Second, dewa arimasen for negation. Gakusei dewa arimasen. I'm not student. Third, deshita for past. Gakusei deshita. I was a student. That's it. You have just covered all the basic descriptive sentences. In the nominal form, you mostly rely on wa, the topic marker, to connect the subject and the description. Now let's simulate how this looks in practice, what I call VENOM language thinking. Imagine two forms on your screen, verbal and nominal, and your ideas dropping into the right part every time you speak. You only need to make two decisions. First, is it an action or description? And second, is it happening now or in the past? When you decide those two, the rest is automatic. Let's try it together. Number one, I didn't buy it. That's an action, means it's verbal form, past and negative. We can say kaimasen deshita in Japanese. Number two, it's difficult. That's a description, nominal form. And present, we say muzukashi desu in Japanese. You see how natural that becomes. This is what makes the VENOM formula so powerful. It trains your brain to sort ideas instantly. Once you get used to asking verbal and nominal and present or past, your grammar becomes automatic. You now have the VENOM formula, the same two-form system that completely changed how I learned Japanese. If this video made Japanese grammar finally click in your mind, you are in the right place. Please hit that like button to tell YouTube this content helps real learners like you. And don't forget to subscribe to Lingo Asia. Every week we will go deeper into the verbal and nominal formula with new examples, real life conversation, and short practical lesson. I'm Hassan and this is Lingo Asia where Asian language are simplified by Venom. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.